President Trump abruptly backed off his tariffs against most nations, allowing for a negotiating period to open. The markets took another shock, this time back to life. The S&P 500 jumped nearly 10% after that announcement. The Dow climbed nearly 3,000 points. The Nasdaq jumped 12%. Aggressive tariffs against China are not going away. In fact, they are increasing. Fox 4's Amelia Jones in studio with more on the impacts. Amelia.
Clarice, President Trump says the tariff pause does not mean the tariff threat is over, but rather this is a reward for countries who want to come to the table and negotiate. He says China wants to make a deal and he intends to make it happen. But until that point, China is on the hook for now an even bigger trade tax. The roller coaster on Wall Street continued Wednesday with stocks soaring after President Trump announced a pause to a big part of his tariffs plan. The president wrote on Truth Social that he was implementing a 90-day pause and a lower 10% tariff for countries that have not retaliated. However, the president is raising the tariffs on China to 125%.
I did a 90-day pause for the people that didn't retaliate because I told them if you retaliate, we're going to double it. And that's what I did with China because they did retaliate.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says around 75 countries have reached out to negotiate, and the administration says it's willing to do so.
Do not retaliate and you will be rewarded. So every country in the world who wants to come and negotiate, we are willing to hear you.
The president's tariffs have sent the markets spiraling over the last week, prompting some economists to warn a recession was on the horizon. The president seemed to acknowledge the markets and economic behavior played a role in his decision.
I thought that people were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know, they were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid.
Wednesday, during a hearing about the Trump administration's 2025 trade policy agenda, Texas Democrat Representative Lloyd Doggett grilled the U.S. trade representative with a series of yes and no questions.
On the eve of his inauguration, the president promised to bring prices drastically down, and there's nothing that you've said in your answers or non-answers to me today that will give Americans any assurance to believe anything other than that their prices will continue to soar and their savings will continue to shrink.
Still, the president remains confident a deal will be made with every country, including China.
A deal's going to be made with China. A deal's going to be made with every one of them. And there'll be fair deals. I just want fair.
President Trump told reporters today that he plans to take a look at U.S. companies that have been hit hard as a result of these tariffs. Clarice, back to you.
Amelia, thank you.